Welcome to the Explainer. You've probably been there. You ask a state-of-the-art AI a simple question, and it spits out this super confident, super detailed, and completely wrong answer. It's not just a bug. People call it hallucinating. And today, we're going to get to the bottom of why these brilliant AIs just make stuff up. So check this out. A major AI model was asked about a well-known researcher's dissertation, and this is what it came up with. The wild parts? Every single thing on this screen, the title, the year, the university, it's all completely made up. The AI literally just invented it out of thin air.
And look, this isn't some rare one-off glitch. These plausible-sounding lies pop up all the time, and honestly, it really shakes your trust in these tools. So what's the deal? Why are these AIs, with basically the entire internet in their brain, acting like, compulsive liars?
Well, a really fascinating new paper has a different take. It argues this isn't some deep, mysterious bug in the code. Instead, the whole problem boils down to a simple guessing game. A game that's hardwired into the very way we teach and test these AIs.
So, the official term for this is hallucination. And the best way to think about it is like this. The AI is basically a student cramming for a super tough exam. It gets to a question it doesn't know, and instead of just admitting it and writing, "I don't know," it decides, hey, a good guess is better than nothing, right?
Okay. So to really wrap our heads around this, let's follow the life of an AI model, pretending it's a student. First, it spends months cramming in the library, learning from a gazillion books and articles. Then, it has to prove its smarts by taking a bunch of standardized tests. And as you're about to see, the seeds of the problem are planted right from the very beginning.
All right, so where does this whole habit of guessing even start? You might think it happens when it's taking the test, but no. The paper shows it's actually baked right into the model during its initial training, what they call the pre-training phase, when it's just learning the basic rules of language.
And here is the absolute key insight from the paper. Before an AI can generate a fact, write a correct sentence, it first has to learn how to judge a fact. It has to be able to look at a statement and decide if it's legit or if it's an error. It's kind of like you have to learn the rules of grammar before you can write a coherent paragraph.
So what this means is that the AI is constantly playing this little game of, is this valid? It's looking at everything from spelling to facts and learning to classify it as either, yep, that's good, or nope, that's an error. It's a really basic binary choice, plus or minus, right or wrong.
Okay, and here's where it all connects. If the student AI gets confused while it's in the library, if it can't reliably tell fact from fiction, then, well, it's absolutely going to start making up fiction when you ask it a question later. The two things are totally directly linked.
And you can really see this problem with rare facts. The paper points out that for facts that only pop up once in all of its training data, think of something super specific like one person's birthday, the model is probably going to make up an answer at least 20% of the time. Why? Because it just hasn't seen the right answer enough times to actually learn it.
Okay, so we've established that the AI learns to guess while it's studying. But you'd think this would get ironed out later, right? Why does this bad habit stick around and even get worse? Well, it all comes down to the tests we give them.
And this right here, this is the heart of the problem. It's the scoring system. On pretty much every standard AI test, a correct answer gets you 1 point. Simple enough. But now, look at the other options. A wrong guess gets you 0. And an honest I don't know, also 0. They're worth the exact same thing, nothing.
And this isn't just some random hypothetical, you guys. The biggest, most important benchmarks out there, the ones that AI companies use to show off how smart their models are, they all use this exact system. So for our AI student, what's the takeaway? A lucky guess could get your full points, but admitting you don't know guarantees you get 0. Guessing isn't just an option, it's the only winning strategy.
Yeah, the paper really doesn't pull any punches here. It says this whole system has created an epidemic. We've basically been training our AIs to be slick, strategic test takers who just want to get the highest score. We haven't been training them to be honest partners that know when to just say, hey, I don't know this one.
So if the test itself is the problem, then maybe the solution isn't to just keep trying to build a smarter student. Maybe the solution is to write a better test, a test that actually rewards the behavior we want to see.
And the solution they propose is actually super simple, and it has 3 common sense steps. Step 1, be transparent with the AI about the grading rules. Step 2, actually penalize wrong answers. Don't just give them a 0. And step 3, make I don't know the safe, neutral option that gets you that 0.
And you can actually see how this works right here in the prompt. It's so simple. By just telling the AI the rules of the game up front, hey, answer only if you're really sure because mistakes will cost you points, the whole dynamic changes. The AI's best strategy is no longer always guess. It's only answer when you're confident.
It's such a simple change, but it completely flips the incentives on their head. It encourages developers to build AI that isn't just a know-it-all, but one that's self-aware and trustworthy, an AI that actually understands the limits of what it knows.
And all of this leaves us with a really important question to think about. What if the key to making AI more reliable and useful isn't just about feeding it more and more data? What if it's about teaching it the value of a little intellectual honesty?